What up, gamers? Episode 15 of Farms Out. Today we do not have any people working outside of my house, and I am just mildly tired. Fast build is gone. No one troop. No one troop. Let's go! Popping bottles. Do we actually not have a one troop? It's actually Christmas. Boys, we get to join the pit, and we don't have a one troop. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful day. I don't know why there is no one troop, because we don't have KVK popping or anything. I'm not entirely sure what we're looking to do with this shell right now, but maybe people are moving to another shell to try and build credits. Probably have to ask my R4s what's going on. Overall though, nice. Absolutely excellent, fantastic start. I usually don't like building troops on my farms just because it's resources I generally don't want to spend, but whatever, we'll just put these in. We'll just be gathering these once a day. Should be all right. First question, boys. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what you guys have for me. First question's coming from YLSOS9030. And he says, is Herman Prime 5551 a good investment right now before the new Archer comes? I would say for your first or second March, I would not be investing in Herman. But, you know, if you're building your ZL Herman March, I think he's fine. I don't think there's a real big reason to not invest in him. I've been seeing like some people talking about like the potential of the new Archer comms. I wasn't really impressed. And the new Archer comms are pretty far away. I think getting ZL Herman, especially Herman Prime 5551, if you're not expertising him, I think he's an absolutely fantastic investment right now. He's really strong in the field. For a lot of people, he's either their top performing March or like their number 2. At absolute worst, they're number 3, but that's generally like a gear issue. And the next question is coming from Marco. How many farms should an F2P have if I'm running 4 full T5 marches? Underneath, we have a reply from TJ Mitten that says 10 plus. He's kind of right. I mean, technically, like I've seen people run 5 farms and have like a decent amount for each KVK, but like truly, you'd have to be so active on these. Like those type of people like run forts, they do events, like they kind of do everything. Like their farms are more like mini accounts for them instead of just like slaves for your main. If you're one of those types of people, you can get away with 5, but honestly, if you're putting that much effort into farms, you should probably just have more farms and put less effort into each individual one. So 10 plus is sadly probably the right answer here. Very, very, very sadly. I think you could probably make like 8 work if you're really trying to min-max it and you don't want to run like too many accounts. But if you have 2 different monitors and you can multi-instance 4 farms on each, that should be enough. 10 plus is a really safe number. It's really hard to not have enough resources with 10 farms if you're logging onto them at least a couple times a day. Next question here is coming from Storm6193. Hey 12, if you had to redesign a KVK, which one would it be and why? Also, what changes would you make to the KVK you picked? I would say the biggest thing that frustrates me about some of these KVKs, I don't know if it would be like necessarily one KVK change for design aspects. The thing that frustrates me the most is when you have KVKs where you don't invade the zone 4. I think, you know, depending on how like abused you get in the KVK, being able to lock down and hold your Z4 away from, you know, prying eyes, I think that's a really exceptional thing. I don't think anybody should really be able to sit in their zone 4 and just kind of chill. Whether that be Nile KVK, whether that be, I think not Tides, it might be Orleans. I think you might have a safe zone 4. I really hate safe zone 4s. I think if you lose the KVK, you should basically forfeit like your honor skins. You should forfeit a lot. Like having a safe zone 4 just makes people who lose the KVK, who get absolutely mollywopped, be able to recover better. And I kind of don't want them to recover better. I want them to suffer. Like if you lose a KVK and you can't diplo into like getting into the later zones because maybe you were too cocky, or maybe, you know, you talk too much trash, or maybe it's a grudge match, like you should have to pay the penance. You should have to suffer for that. So that's where I'm at with that one. All right, next we have a question from Neiman Janeskovic. I'm doing the farms while I'm answering these questions. If you guys are wondering why, I guess you guys can see it on the screen. You know, I underestimate y'all's brains sometimes. That's my bad. Okay, I know for sure you guys saw that and no one was curious at all. My account is 35 days old. I'm a low spender. My power is 3 mil. I have a bunch of speeds but no resources. I have only 1 farm. If I build 4 more, will it save the account? That's a good question. I have seen some accounts be saved by farms. The issue is right now you have a lot of speeds. If you're in the top alliance right now, you could totally save the account. If you are not in the top alliance, you might not be able to save the account. And the reason why is because in the top alliance, you're gonna get the speeds to spend the resources you will have eventually. The thing is like if you build 4 more farms right now, you're not gonna have the resources for like at least a month. It's gonna take a month before, you know, you have your guys at 17 and they're like pumping out resources and being consistently good for you. Because of that, it all depends on how the people in the KD are treating. If they're treating you well, if you're in the top alliance, if you're getting 3 to 6 GC a day, you could probably save your account fine. If you're in the number 2 alliance or number 3 alliance and you're desperately trying to claw up to the first and you just don't have the resources to do so, making the farms will help later, but it will not help earlier. And right now you need it like ASAP. Final question here is coming from ZKX2417. Once again, he asked about the Siege March, I think yesterday or the day before. And he said, so as you told me, I shouldn't work on a Siege March, but rather field another troop. My QB is at 5111 from the recharge event, and expertising him will be nice for chaining. I also have expertise YSG, and I heard great stuff in that one March. Should that be my fourth? Right now, he's got Nevsky Joan, ZL Herman, Scipio LC, and he's looking at QB YSG as his fourth. And he says, or is kind of a cab main. After I finish my Inf and expertise LC, should I wait for the new cabs? I definitely would not wait for the new cabs. I think getting QB YSG seems like a fine choice here. QB, I've never heard of anybody smacking QB onto their 3 or 4 March as a 4th or 5th March and being upset with the investment. I think the investment has done every single person I've seen use it well. The investments I've seen sometimes pan out badly have been, generally it's like either Guan or a second Archer March I've seen pan out poorly. But QB, I don't think I've ever seen anybody unhappy with how that champion performed, that commander performed, so I would just pick that up instead. Anyway, guys, so that's all my farms for today. I appreciate y'all for coming up. I hope y'all enjoy this type of content. If you guys want more of this, be sure to drop a like, a follow, consider subscribing. Again, y'all, we are doing coaching again. We are actually depositing our money and we are buying our computer parts like tonight, I think. And so we're going to have a computer building stream, and then we're going to have like long streams again because my computer's going to stop freezing. Sorry about that. My computer's like 8 years old. And yeah, we got to build. Shout out to the Logic Bank, by the way. He actually gave me a computer build that was fantastic. I ran it through my super tech nerdy friends that are, some of them like build computers or work for tech companies professionally when it comes to putting together different builds. And they were very, very impressed by his build. So shout out to the Logic Bank. That dude really helped me save a more than a pretty penny on the builds he suggested to me. So shout out to him. Give him a follow. If you guys want to help support the channel, please consider donating the Streamlabs link in the description below. I'd really appreciate that. And most of all, guys, just thank you so much for showing up. I'll see you guys tomorrow or later today. I think I have another video that should be coming out soon. But yeah, I'll catch y'all later. Take it easy, guys. Bye.